Again?
The idea is you keep your fingers straight, but not too straight. What you want to do is you want to hit with this part of your hand. This padding, what it does is literally, it pads, you don't want your fingers to hurt after you hit somebody or something with this. Just quick pop.
Sounded like you hurt your hand with that one. I know I'd hurt myself. So he's going to throw it straight right, slip, boom. I'm going to do it quick and right to the back of his neck. Because if you do it right, he will actually break part of their spine and you can disable them and put them in a wheelchair for the rest of their life. I hope none of you people are that mean enough to do that to somebody, but if they have a weapon or something, then use whatever by all means. You wanted to practice the spin hold, remember?
Yeah, it's basically throw a punch.
I throw it straight right.
Slip it and I catch it. I control the wrist. I turn in with it. Step in and turn with it. Meet your shoulder.
Yep.
Got him in chicken wing. From here, I can come in
Okay, there we go. Now we can do it.
with the leg, this thing, hook his leg down. Push
He's
him
got
up
my
balance.
right leg. Yeah.
I can come in from the other side, get both legs, trip them on the ground, and achieve ground control, which is basically your knee in their back and they're on the ground with their arm. There's not much they can do. It's a good defensive tactic, good for holding them in place, restraining somebody like that. Oh yeah. Say your friends are getting to a confrontation, say one of your friends is a little drunk, right? A good thing to do is, Kobe, you'll be my demonstration.
Sure.
Kind of face the camera. You come in with a full Nelson. Basically, it's just restraining somebody. It's like saying, hey,
Hey, I'm drunk.
this, you got a lot of leverage. You got them, pretty much, and you got a lot of leverage. You have a lot of control. They can't really do much. A couple variations of this. Here, you got the half Nelson, which is like kind of this. You can turn into an arm bar. And just say, hey, don't do this, like, it's not worth it kind of thing. And you could come in with just a simple kind of draping your pelvis. Say, hey, just knock it off kind of thing.
Right. Another defense that we want to show you is called the 360 defense, which actually is a variation of Bruce Lee's sidewinding blocking.
It comes from Krav Maga.
And that.
Basically what it does is use your hands and your arms in a 360 defense. So anything coming at you, you block it out of the way, like that.
It might look silly and girly, but look how effective it is. He's actually better at it than I am. See, he can do it just standing there. I have to keep my arms moving. But here's a demonstration. I'm going to throw various punches at him, and he's going to block. So, ready? Okay.
Also, that's something you might want to implement. It's, for example, it's called using your elbows, angling your elbows.
You block with your elbows. You can actually break their wrists.
So when he's throwing his punches, I guess you could kind of from half speed maybe. That using your elbows to block along with your hands. That's what does it.
Yeah.
If that happens, you can also bring up this. Do is you pull back and throws them off balance.
Right. And that actually reminds me of this maneuver I like to do, is if he's going to throw a punch at my face, slip, and as soon as you slip, you bring your arms in and cross him, and you break his arm like that.
It's a different variation of the same technique, but this one's hurts a lot more. Mine's more for control.
And look how, and even though he's really flexible, I mean, it's impossible to do arm bars on this guy, but like even when he's flexible, I could still easily break his arm by doing that.
Which brings us to the different kinds of arm bars you could do.
Right.
Same problem, but
That's fine.
so throw punch, cat stance, step out. You got control.
Let's turn the other side so they can see.
Got control. Basically, what you do is you got the wrist. You got the wrist by the fleshy part. You have the entire thing. You have the arm extended, right? Wrap your arm around. Bring it to the front. It's basically, it's a quick pop technique, so you bring them real fast. Not slow, fast. The momentum will carry them to the ground.
Right.
Their arms attach their entire body. So if you got your arm, you can pull them down. But
Another variation of what he did is throw straight right at me. So I'm gonna block here. Actually, let's go to the other side so you can see better. We're messing up in angles tonight. I'm very sorry. So they can see better, actually do a straight jab. So block, come down here, and I'm gonna take my forearm. I'm gonna go like that directly into his arm. I'm gonna pull back as hard as I can, and that's gonna make his arm go that direction. It's gonna break his arm.
I think another one is, say, you know, you guys are familiar with the haymaker, right? It's a wild kind of, what's the word for it? It's a
Last resort punch.
no, it's like the hook, except it's a lot wilder. It's a lot less technique. There's a lot less
It's like
technique.
yeah, it's like the boxing hook, but
It's a lot easier to dodge and block for a wild haymaker.
Yeah.
You come in, basically you don't really have to move much. Just slip them, boom. Oh, yeah. The same concept as slipping knee him, sorry. But,
Almost hit me in the ball there. It's okay.
you would, that's what control's for, ladies and gentlemen. That's what control's for. We're all brothers here. But, yeah, basically, besides that, there's also a technique you can use, so throw that again. So, this.
Oh yeah, this was my favorite.
This is a hop keto move. You wrap your arm around him. Make sure your forearm's above their elbow and your bicep is on their forearm. Push down, you lift up.
Yeah, that hurts.
They try to curl their arm. Simply go to the side and to try to get out of that.
Strong.
You have to lean into it. I believe, like lean into it. Get onto a chicken wing.
Yeah.
So you essentially got a lot of techniques to control.
Right. See, what Hapkido do you know?
Grab me by the collar.
Okay. Well, Hapkido, also called Hurt Keto, is if you're really well with compressions, or if you actually say to a
Let's show them a shoot.
Aikido master, 1 second, if you say, I can't feel it doesn't hurt, trust me, they will find a way to make it hurt.
So your best bet is to make sure you're pretending it hurts, but it really doesn't, you know. Unless you are prideful, then by all means say, hey, that doesn't hurt. You're like, oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
does this hurt?
And you'd be like, ow, ow, ow.
Okay, let's shoot. Grab my arm.
So this is called a Chu, which comes from children's Aikido classes, or Hapkido.
Right.
So if you're here,
Grab my arms as hard as you can. Right. Harder. There we go. What you do is you point and you bring one arm up like you're going to sneeze, right? So you retract the arm you're pointing with and you thrust the arm forward that you're going to sneeze with, right? So you say, "Achoo!"
yeah, if he does it hard enough, if I clack my bones together, that's gonna hurt me like crazy, and I'm gonna be sitting here like, ow.
It's a real
holding my
simple,
wrist.
like, hey, get away from me. And there's also, say, grab my wrist again. You come on and you grab their wrist instead.
Mhm.
So then you got their control. So
You just reach up like that.
let's try that again. So just reach up like that.
Mhm.
Then you got them.
Right.
And it's just kind of a reversal saying, hey, no, don't do that.
Right.
But grab Durden by the collar. Okay. What was it? This.
Yep.
That is a simple Hapkido move.
Right.
There's also the dolphin, which is the same thing. Grab me both. I think it was like this, wasn't it?
Yeah. And you throw my arms off. My favorite one is grab me by the collar. So what you do is you go in here, take one hand, and then you twist it this way to the opposite, go in that direction. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw my arm around, and I'm gonna go this way.
It stretches your entire wrist.
Mhm.
It hurts.
Now, if I were to do that and then just slowly bow down and bend, his
I'd
wrist,
be going down.
he'd be going down, and there's a really good chance I'm going to break his wrist. Maybe part of his arm right here.
Yeah, it hurts. But, not shot. No.
Do you think do you feel like we need to do anything in slow motion to just demonstrate better?
Huh? I'll show, like, grab my collar again.
Okay, yeah.
My technique is basically grab the wrist like I showed you earlier. You grab it in the fleshy parts. You turn it and you extend the elbow. So you're pushing against the elbow and you wrap your arm around. Bring it to the ground.
Okay.
Gotcha.
We're on a camera view. Actually, no, we're not.
From there you can, if you have a wrestling background, you can transition to wrestling, get them in a rear naked choke, Saturday Night Ride, etc., etc.
Yeah. Which is also where jiu-jitsu helps out, which I'm not that
Small joint.